Africa, the black world. When you sit down and think about our condition, one word comes to mind: waste. In terms of human potential, agricultural, industrial, energy, cultural, medical, waste. In terms of where we could be versus where we are now and how we're living, waste. We are 17% of the world's population, yet every place we live in, we are among the poorest. The poorest country is ruled by blacks. The poorest continent is Africa, the dark continent. We are the most attacked by diseases, misery, and lack of education. We speak others' languages, we wear others' names, and we live others' lifestyles. Waste. Let me tell you this. We are all entitled to happiness. As much as we aspire to more than the collective humiliation that we've been facing for 5 centuries now. Each of us seeks something which distinguishes him or her from the mass. Each of us seeks something which allows him or her to flourish in life. Are you tired of these situations of poverty, untapped potential, wars, and criminal negligence that are plaguing our communities? It's heart-bleeding to see our people always begging for help, to see others feeding us, taking care of our children, putting up their money for us. While in the black world, very big fortunes are rubbing the most atrocious misery. Are you tired of talks with friends saying, we should do this, we should do that, but in the end, nothing gets done? Yes? This desire to change things, this holy anger gives you the raise to do something with your life. To make it useful to others. It keeps you awake at night. While others sleep, you're dreaming. You think about the difference you can make. But soon you'll get discouraged when you see the people around you. You're disappointed by people who talk a lot but have a double standard. They say one thing and then do the exact opposite. You know them already. Maybe you've tried to make projects with some people. You had put money together and then some of them disappeared with the cash. Others may have betrayed the ideals and goals you shared once for the purpose of greed or opportunism. Being an involved person, you had a great expectation of others and they disappointed you. There is also what people say around you. Your parents may have tried to do things, but they were either persecuted or marginalized. You maybe have had an uncle who helped people but received ingratitude in return. You hear about envy and jealousy among your own people. The leaders of your nation which multiply the bad decisions that ultimately discourage the change makers in the community. The media shows you images of black people fighting one another, giving the illusion that we are unable of unity and a collective achievement. You decide then to go by yourself and live your life. You think you're a self-made man or woman. You wonder if you even owe anything to your community or your homeland, the land of your fathers. but my brother, my sister. You forget that we are only human, and these bad habits are found in every nation on this earth since the dawn of time. It would even be racist to say that these bad behaviors are specific only to black people. Listen here. Where there is misery, people often fall into evilness, no matter the color of their skin. You forget that we have already achieved great things in the past. You forget that we are the cradle of humanity, moreover the cradle of civilization, architecture, medicine, astronomy, writing, mathematics, chemistry, physics, philosophy. You forget that black people have invented much of the technology that built this world, your world. You forget that it's thanks to the commitment and the perseverance of the ancients that slavery was abolished. That African countries are politically independent. That Obama is the president of the USA. That black people are CEOs, lawyers, engineers, stars of TV and movies, millionaires and billionaires. That your parents were able to offer you good studies so that you're sitting here today watching this video. And then you forget that you have a very strong debt to this community, which is eventually not perfect, but just waiting for your contribution to become more perfect. Not because we're good, but because we're grateful to those who fought for us. Because we are all brothers, not because of our dark skin, but because of our common backgrounds, our common ancestors. Because the whole world takes profits from our passivity. And ultimately because we are or will be parents as well. An old African proverb tells us that we should use the end of the old rope to weave the new one. Deep down, you know there's more. You know that you are more powerful than you think you are. Simply being able to hear me today means that you are part of less than 20% of black people in the world who have access to the internet, who have the knowledge to understand how the world is ruled, and who can study the mechanisms of the empowerment of our people, who have the power to change things. You are the elite. The elite in a society is the set of its elements considered as the best. If you don't dedicate your life to make your brothers or sisters' life better, you're wasting your time trying to accumulate material goods. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. Sometimes you can be your biggest obstacle. You think too big, and you get burned. So you walk away, thinking that you were just a drop in the sea and saying to yourself that you can't change anything. You just keep on denouncing, criticizing, and expressing your frustrations on social networks, or in non-useful riots, or in marches. The devil's not afraid of protest. He is frightened by your actions and your determination. If you are black, no matter how rich or famous you are, or even if you're president of the most powerful country in the world, as long as Africa is in misery, you will never be completely fulfilled, because people always judge a person through the condition of his or her background. If the poorest country in Africa was as developed as South Africa, we would all have been more respected from the rest of the world, even if you're in America. There was a time when the Western world was disrespecting the Chinese or the Indians, thinking that they were inferior. But once those countries became powerful and more developed, the West changed their mind on them. We were all created for a purpose. There is inside of us something more, talents and gifts that heaven has given us and that we must use to make a difference in this world, in our world. Those who came before us understood this. It is now up to us to take over and to do our part. It's not because we're black that we're poor, it's because we are poor that we see color as a factor. If you know what you're worth, then go ahead and show the world what you're capable of. You are not just a single drop of water in the ocean. The sea was formed with drops, and no one can stop the sea when it's unleashed. If you're really determined, the enemies can only slow you down, but they will never stop you. Never. You have to get involved. Take a camera and tell your own story. Become a producer, a filmmaker. You are horrified by the lack of clean water in the black world. Get involved. Become an engineer or go drill some wells. Think about better ways to use water on farms. You want the police to stop killing innocent black kids, huh? Get involved and become a chief of police in your city. Become a lawyer and help your brothers. People have project ideas but can't find money to realize their dreams. Think about a secure way to fund them if you can. Your brothers don't have education? Get involved and sponsor their tuition fees. You want to reduce poverty? Get involved and empower people to become entrepreneurs. Franz Fanon said each generation must discover its own mission and then choose to fulfill it or betray it. And you, my sister, and you, my brother, what are you doing? What's your mission? Can the black people in Africa, America, Europe, Asia, can they count on you? On your commitment, on your strength, on your determination, in order to build a future of our children. Maybe you don't even know where to start, but most importantly, have you the will to fight for the land of your roots, the land of your children? Africa is the future. Start from somewhere, even if it's small. Lumumba and his companions didn't have large studies. Malcolm X was in prison, but all of them were determined because they knew that they were right. Whoever does not have the courage to get involved has no right to complain or criticize. because of the war. 50 girls are raped every day in Congo, and what you care about is making ice bucket challenges and asking why Beyonce's daughter doesn't get a perm? Day after day, you do not have time to waste. You should be surrounded by a strong sense of emergency while keeping your focus on your goals. Avoid hobbies that are not useful to the community. But the problem is that you expect others to do what nobody can do except you. Yes, you. Despite your weaknesses, despite your limits, despite your fears and your disappointments. The real question is, do you personally want the well-being of Black people? Are you sufficiently upset by the current situation to dare to do something? What do you dream for Africa? Put aside the failures and mistakes so far. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Do it. Get involved. Stop the waste. Stop the waste.